Hi, I'm Annie Rowland and welcome to Lunar Soul Tarot. Today we're going to be talking about which deck to buy. And Princess thought this was desperately exciting, and that's why she's going to join us today too. So here we go. When you first think about buying a tarot deck, it can be quite confusing because there are so many different decks out there. But what I will do, there's tarot decks that will cover all sorts of artwork, different, shall we say, likes and dislikes, cultural preferences, religious preferences, you name it, there's a deck out there for you. Perfect. However, when you're starting to learn, I don't think it's a great idea to start with anything too complicated. So what we're going to do today is go through a few suggestions as to what there is out there for you to buy. Now, I'm not going to recommend particular decks because there's far too many to do that. However, you can get quite simple decks for beginners, and when I call them simple, they've got all the basic artwork in there from the tarot, so they will contain all the numbers and the symbols and the archetypes that make up a tarot deck. What they won't contain is more flourish and all the periphery. So, but it's a bit like learning to read anything. You need to start off with a basic thing that actually you can understand properly. So I was doing some Italian lessons recently, and it was obviously essential that I learn that the elephant ate bananas before I learned anything else. No, it's much more straightforward than that. So let's have a look at the two different types of deck that there are out there. So the main tarot deck came to sort of Central Northern Europe in the 1300s. So, and out of that came what we know now, or what we call today, the Marseille or the Swiss tarot. So, and that is the 4 decks of the minor arcana. I nearly said arnica. So, arcana, which consists of the 4 suits, 10 pip cards, and 4 character cards, or court cards rather. And that deck is what we get our modern playing card deck from as well. So the original cards came across from Persia and were sort of imported through trade routes, etc. And a lot of the sort of aristocratic families took them up and had designs made for their own families, with themselves as appearing as the characters for the court cards. So there are still some of those available in reprint. So they're out there if you're interested in them, but you can still get the Marseille or the Swiss tarot, and they've been in print now for centuries. Along at the beginning of the 20th century, a publisher called Rider published a deck for a Mr. A.E. Waite, hence the name, the Rider-Waite Tarot. And the artist for that was a Pamela Coleman Smith, who I don't know much about, but she did the artwork. and they have also become a sort of standard tarot format as well. They consist of the same cards, but they have more illustration to them. So let me demonstrate. So in the middle of this screen we have the Ten of Swords. So, and you can see it's the Ten of Swords because you've got 10 swords representing that suit, with the numerical 10 at the top to stop you having to count them all in one go. So that is what your original sort of medieval tarot looked like. And this is from, I think this is from the Swiss deck. It's a deck I've had for 40 years or more. So, but they're still available in print. So to the right of that, we have the Rider-Waite version. So this is the Ten of Swords as Waite designed it, and Coleman Smith drew it. Okay, so, and it's quite a dramatic depiction. So some people find these cards really useful. They can be, absolutely. But if you're learning, if you're going to start learning in the purist form, so you learn what the number means and how that works with the suit itself, then having somebody else's definition is not always completely useful, because it doesn't, as you lay out the cards, and one card relates to another, it doesn't always mean, or the Ten of Swords doesn't always mean somebody prostrate on the ground with 10 swords in their back. It can have less severe meanings as well. So let's see another example. Here we have the 10 of Chalices or Cups. And again, we have the Swiss deck version. So you have 10 chalices on there, and you have your Roman numeral 10 as well. So in the Rider-Waite version, you have a rainbow, which also consists of 10 chalices. And underneath you have a nice little picture of a sort of verdant country scene with a little cottage and the family sort of dancing for joy. That's one definition of the card, if you like. And that is A.E. White's definition. However, the definition again can vary as you go through the different layouts and spreads. So what I'm saying basically is, yes, it's useful to have the Rider-Waite or a Rider-Waite version to help you with those definitions, but what I'm saying is they're not definitive. The definition can vary. So if you want to, there are plenty of cheaper decks out there which the beginners can buy. I went into in London, I went into WH Smith's, and they had a basic tarot deck for around £5.99. If you go onto Amazon or Waterstones, or if you're in America, I think it's Barnes and Nobles will probably be one of the companies. Also Amazon have an enormous amount of deck. I think you can buy decks on eBay. You can probably buy second-hand decks on eBay. Not everybody likes having second-hand decks. I appreciate that, but if it helps you count the pennies, that's also good. So you do not have to spend a lot of money to start with. So have a think and have a look around out there. So, but remember this, tarot is a tool. So it's something to use to assist you in a reading. And the more practice you have and the more knowledge and understanding means the more skill you will have, and the more understanding you will have for the different types of intuition that comes through to you. I've put in the middle listen, but also you will find that as your imagination or your subconscious starts to work, you will find that it will provide you with different images, and sometimes you even get a song in your head or a phrase from poetry, or that's how the mind works and how the different levels of consciousness work to bring you pictures and guidance when you're reading tarot. So I hope that has been helpful to you, and if you already have a deck, do carry on and practice with it. If you prefer to buy something a bit more stripped back, then do. We'll talk about decks again because there's so many of them, you can't help it. And when you see me do my readings, you'll see me use a variety of decks and also oracle cards. So, as I say, I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, please leave me a comment or leave it in the comments. And if you do have any comments, provided they're constructive, I'd be very grateful to receive them. So, and if you found this useful, please like, subscribe and share. And this is Ali Rowland, and I'm now signing out of Lunar Tarot. Thank you very much. And Princess says goodbye too. So thank you.